What's going on, everybody? My name is Firedog, or One Piece Opinion, and I welcome you back to the channel. If you hear any background noise, my cat is going through that phase where they run around like a crazed maniac even if you play with them, so if you hear any background noise, that's probably what it is. Today, I will be discussing how the Straw Hats will get out of Wano, who will help them, who will try to stop them, and so on and so forth. Before I get into the video, make sure to leave a like if you do enjoy it, and let me know what you would like me to talk about in the comments below. With that out of the way, let's get into today's video. So I've been thinking about this topic a lot. With the Marines waiting to take over Wano, CP0 moving in to capture Nico Robin and act as cleanup of certain individuals in Onigashima, it's looking like the Straw Hats' chances of making it out of Onigashima are slimming every chapter. I actually had a discussion with IMD King and some members of his community earlier today about this exact topic. And somebody, I apologize, I don't remember exactly who it was, brought up the idea of the Marines retreating, as the Straw Hats will officially be recognized as Yonko. I have some counter arguments to this idea. My thought process is that Luffy and Zoro will most likely not be able to continue fighting after their current battles, as it's going to take everything Luffy has to defeat Kaido. And after Zoro's recovery time limit is done, he's going to be in a living hell. So unless Sanji and the rest of the crew make it out of this raid with less serious injuries, I can only see a few ways that the Straw Hats will be able to get out of the situation. Also, one of my favorite theories, my own as far as I know, is that the new giant warrior pirates will pull up to Wano, seeing that Luffy and the crew's Viver cards are dwindling, and defend and escort them out of Wano. Harudin has already recruited more giants from Elbaf, and with that being the last we've seen from him, I like to think that he and his crew have remained on Elbaf, training and growing in strength. This will likely kickstart what I believe will be the next arc, Elbaf. Let's say Bartolomeo saw that Luffy's Viver card was burnt up after his fight with Kaido and Curry, and contacted the Grand Fleet to see if whoever is closest could go assist him. With Elbaf being relatively close to Wano, it would make sense that it would take around a month for them to show up. I know it's a little far-fetched, but I really like the idea, as this would give us a good segue into Elbaf and also offer an opportunity for the Straw Hats and Law to finally go their separate ways. I know that we have all fallen in love with Law's presence in the Straw Hats' journey, but Law is his own captain of his own crew with his own ambitions, and while I don't believe Law will abandon their friendship, I don't think we will be seeing Law for a long time after Wano. Another idea I had was, what if the remaining samurai of Wano defend their homeland, and hold the Marines long enough to allow the Straw Hats to hightail it out of Wano? If the Scabbards are still alive, I believe they may have enough strength left to stop the remaining CP0, assuming Apu and X Drake defeat the two agents they are up against right now. And this one I have less reasoning behind, as the number of samurai and rebellion fighters probably won't be enough to hold back the Marines, especially if the Marines sent an admiral or a stronger vice admiral. Zoro said that he would lead the samurai of Wano, but if Zoro truly does lead the samurai, like he said he would, this could be his last act before ultimately passing out from his injuries. It will be an amazing callback to Thriller Bark, but this time, instead of nothing happening, Zoro will use his last effort to command the samurai to defend Wano and the Straw Hats. And I think it's also important that we see something like this happen, as there have been countless callbacks of Thriller Bark in Wano, a whole bunch of which have been in the raid. For example, Brook and Robin fighting a spider, which is something that happened in Thriller Bark, which was called back to with the Black Maria fight. So it would be very cool to see a similar moment to the Nothing Happened moment, but this time, everyone will see what Zoro does. I believe, though, the most probable way the Straw Hats will get out of Wano is with Sanji, Frankie, and Brook defending the crew. Sanji is looking like he's about to mid-diff Queen, and with his new abilities, I'm sure he'll have plenty of stamina, even after the raid is concluded. He has proven himself recently to have the potential to be one of the strongest people in the series someday, so I know he'll be able to hold it down for the most part, even if they aren't granted any assistance in their escape, which is unlikely. Frankie pretty much low-diffs Sasaki, but he still lost his Frankie Shogun, so he'll have to pull his weight even harder and will probably grow stronger by the end of this arc. But this is all depending on how much cola reserves he has left, because that's basically his form of stamina. He won't get tired until his cola runs out, and seeing as how he has only really done one big move on Sasaki, then I wouldn't be surprised that he still has a lot of stamina. And Brook is practically unlimited stamina, so even if he does take some damage escaping Onigashima, I believe he will still be able to defend the crew while they attempt to escape Wano. We saw him take out all of Black Maria's group and one of the numbers with a single attack, so he has gotten immensely powerful since we last saw him fight the homies in Whole Cake. And with the Straw Hats now being a crew of Emperor status, it makes sense that the crew would be able to still hold its own even after a strenuous battle. Well, that about wraps up my thoughts on the matter. I think it would be really cool to see the new giant warrior pirates pull up to Wano to defend their crew, but I also see it being possible that Zoro does what he said he was going to do and lead the samurai of Wano. But most likely, it'll be that Sanji and the non-monster trio combatants of the crew are going to do most of the work. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like if you did, and if you didn't, why are you still watching? I hope you are all happy and healthy in these trying times. This has been Firedog, or One Piece Opinion, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.